Chris Reason reporting. One Nation is desperately mopping up its migration message after new MP David Farley suggested its net overseas migration target is not too different from the federal government's. Live to Jacqueline Robson in Canberra. Jack, there's been more confusion after Pauline Hanson seemingly deleted a social media post that suggested a different number altogether.
Karina, being perhaps One Nation's biggest issue, this is a policy the party does not want to muddle. But it all began when MP David Farley suggested that the party's migration target wouldn't be too dissimilar to Labor's. Now, this morning, Barnaby Joyce has been out trying to clean up the mess, saying One Nation has always been firm on the number of 130,000 for net overseas migration, referred to as the NOM. Farley whacked another 100,000 on top of that for workers in sectors like agriculture.
Potentially an extra 100,000 on top of the 130,000.
Yeah.
But you're saying it needs to be 130,000 NOM plus about 100,000 more.
Yeah, at a minimum.
It is 130,000. There's not going to be an extra 100 on top of that, no.
Okay, so he just misspoke.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's not unusual. Show me a political career where people haven't made a mistake and I'll show you a person who's not telling the truth.
And it gets even more confusing with Pauline Hanson deleting a social media post where the One Nation leader pointed to a 130,000 cap on arrivals minus all departures, and that leads to a completely new figure.
Our opponents are all over the shop on immigration. We will cap migration based on housing supply. Given what we're seeing, we'd expect it to be substantially below 200,000, substantially below.
On migration, the one thing you think they could be consistent on, they're certainly not. Our numbers are in the budget. We're working over 2 years down to 225,000.
The question now is, will these muddy numbers affect One Nation's polling numbers, with much of its support coming from this migration issue? Karina?
Jacqueline Robson reporting from Canberra.